right, I have my fake student here that I'm going to be teaching. And what I'm going to be teaching is Michigan Math Standard 3.NF.B, which is the standard talking about equivalent fractions. Now, it's important to know this because it's really important for the students to have a conceptual understanding of what fractions are, knowing that it's not just a number on a paper, knowing that it's part of a whole and what it represents. But it can also represent proportionality, which is really kind of what we're focusing on. So the students have a good basis later on when we're looking at proportions and ratios. That's why it's important to know equivalent fractions, starting off with visual examples, which is what this standard specifically focuses on, just because most kids are visual learners and this will help them with that. So when we look at this, the examples it gives are 1/2 equals 2/4 and 4/6 equals 2/3. So we're going to use the 1/2 over 2/4 as the example problem. So when we're looking at numerator denominator, we're looking at part over whole. And what we're coloring in is going to represent the part. So on 1/2, how many boxes are we going to color in, student Lily? 1. And when we're looking at 2/4, how many boxes are we coloring in? 2. Now, a student may look at 2/4 and think it's bigger because these numbers are bigger. And while 2 and 4 are bigger than 1 and 2, we can see that the proportion of what is colored in is the same in both, which is what is important, what we want to look at. How much of the whole is colored in. And now, it's also good to show a non-example. So when we're looking at this, 3/8 and 2/3. A student might say, well, 3/8 is bigger because 3 and 8 are bigger than 2 and 3, which is why it's important to bring in the visual models. So when we color in our 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we color in our 2, you can see in proportion to the whole, 2/3 has more colored in. So 2/3 is bigger than 3/8. And that is equivalent fractions.